And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Endless Legends as the Roving clan. Trying to go for a Death Victory here on hard, while not being able to actively declare war on people. We do have privateers going out and causing problems for the neighbors, just so they don't end up with a military victory in the time it takes for us to get our Dust Victory here. Okay, so I think we're ready to cycle the turn here. Although I do probably want to spend some of my accumulated dust. Okay, let's dust revitalizer in the capital. And then out in the outskirts where things are more expensive, let's pick up that scientific envoy. Sea storage can slow build. Finish the Imperial funding and scientific there. Here's the scientific envoy there. There we go. Cycle the turn. That'll give us a little bit more science, and it'll give us a little bit more dust as well, because it'll provide a few more trade routes. You've leveled up. Maybe a bonus on... Yeah, let's do that one. Okay, we take some damage, but we're in a position to probably finish the city off. Yeah, they managed to get more reinforcements in the way in time. Oh, they weren't able to reinforce the city, though, so we burnt the city to the ground. Okay, let's get a settler to backfill the void. We're wrong with probably where the best place to put it was. Probably was right where they put it. Let me take cold operator on you. You're at size 9. You get your next growth at size 10. Okay, and then I've got how many cities with no governors? Up to 5 now. Should let's take a look and see what heroes we can pick up. Science boost 1's not super interesting, although what's the faction bonuses there? Science. Science. Science, okay, it's all science on him, okay. Science boost, not what we're really worried about. If we were going for a science game, that'd be interesting, but we're not. Science on you. What is Slaver offhand? Each pacified village gets a bigger, or provides a bigger bonus to each pop, but not really what we're looking for. You're Roving clan, so at least that would be money and trade. Not necessarily the best governor traits. Science. Dust influence boost, probably grab you. Science expansion boost. And then you have... You'd actually be really good scout. Yep, not really what we're looking for. Okay, so we're not really getting any good heroes here. So you want forest, don't you? Don't happen to have any good forest ones to put down. Forest cities to take advantage of you. No. Yeah, I'm not going to pick the new heroes because none of the heroes really work for what we want currently. Although I'm intensifying the gold, which we don't really need. Do we have the plow in the capital? Yeah. Okay. Over here, we want to expand up or down. Ah, get some more river that way. Oh, and even you can do an burrow expansion. Okay. Okay, let's cycle a turn. State-approved theater is complete. So the penalties from getting bigger are getting smaller. Hoping by moving like this I don't get attacked. I might get attacked. There we go. Okay, now that it's my territory, we're at Cold War, so they can't attack me. Titan Bone Extractor. Get that done ASAP. Next is right away, get that done ASAP, and then I think we're just gonna go through the cheap ones. We know it will benefit the city. Don't do that one because I would like to keep those pearls. Okay, and we'd like all that to basically be done yesterday. Using the magical power of money. Okay, I think that'll work. We should go lay siege to one of their cities. See if we can pull them away from our city. Up to 19. You get your next Burrow Street at 20. Someone sold titanium, so we're just going to buy all the titanium they just sold. I don't need the adamantine as much, but we'll buy it up anyway. Oh, you have a burrow street to build. Go with that one. Yeah, at that point, then it is going to be Advanced Alchemy Lab there. That works out. Okay. Let's cycle the turn. And of course, the new city just back completed a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, our Presbyterian army is under attack. That didn't do much to the army, that's acceptable. The torpedoes capture the indicated manufactorum in the same ocean. No location. Okay, so you want me to go capture the other one. Which we already have planned. Although that was going to require us to get more wine. Ooh, more palladium's on the market. I'll take that. We're still one short. Or I suppose I could just send the boats over and make it the militant way, I suppose. We'll think about it. Yeah, one short before we're doing the quest. Although, did the quest location... The quest location moved over there. I think... Yeah. Where's my main army? I'll put it on the capital. That makes sense. Let's get you up to explore that new ruin. Nothing there. Bit of a shame, but that happens. Trisha saying, how am I going to join the Roman clans? I know they're pacifists, but what else are they limited by? Seems you can still make buildings, have cities. What else does it limit you? How did this... I suppose I can actually look at their traits here. So, we've got nomadic cities. So we can relocate and relocate cities and ground districts at will. That's a feature I don't make much use of, but that's something other people probably do. They have the Roman clan's main quest, which I'm not necessarily taking the best option of min-maxing. They have Brace Yourself. So this is one of their drawbacks. They have increased upkeep during winter, 50% increased upkeep. They have minus 25% trade route bonus on city during winter, but in exchange for that, you get 15% trade route bonus on trade routes during summer. So that's one reason our income drops during the winter is when it's winter, we get a malus. When it's summer, we get a bonus. Cuts both ways. We get 8% of every transaction fee paid on the market for everyone else. We get additional information on the marketplace use, so we get to track sort of what's going on in the marketplace. We can technically ban other people from the market. It's not something I've been, again, making use of, but it's something I can do. We got make trade, not war, so we can't declare war, although people can declare on us. We have mercenary comforts. So our mercenaries move a little bit faster, have twice normal life, but they have reduced upkeep. And then our commercial and research agreements are free, peace and prosperity. And that's really what's going on with our faction. Our faction's fairly simple, other than not being able to declare war and then having sort of dust penalties during the winter. They don't really have a lot of weaknesses to them. On the other hand, they don't necessarily have anything that makes them particularly defensive. So if you're playing multiplayer against them, you can just sort of attack them. There's not much they can do to sort of defend themselves, per se. They are fairly mobile civ, so they can pick their cities up and move the cities around. I think their cities, when they're actually in mobile mode, are actually somewhat decent combat units as well. And then a lot of their units are mobile. So they start with a cav unit as their default unit. They get a horse archer as their Hero 1 unit. And then their infantry is like a rhinoceros infantry unit. So it's a cav-like infantry unit. So no flyers in the nation, no support units in the nation. So if you like flyers, you like supports, they don't have those, which other nations may have. Twitch is saying, if you ban someone from the market, I guess that can cause someone to go to war with you. Maybe. The AI isn't necessarily going to respond that way. And usually it's the other way around. It's if someone goes to war with you, your response is to usually ban them from the market. So that you could use giving them market access back as a fig leaf to declaring peace again. Because I think they have to negotiate with you to get market access back. Yeah, this decision will prevent the selected empire from using marketplace. Cannot be applied to empires with the keys to the market trait, so you can't apply it to... If you're in a multiplayer game and multiple people have keys in the marketplace, they can't ban each other. I'm surprised I'm allowed to go back to Cold War. No, I can't declare war, but apparently I can be in Cold War again. And then obviously research agreement, commercial agreement are free. Although that doesn't mean they're willing to agree to them. Yeah, it's a lot like putting sanctions on them. The marketplace is useful for various things, because this is the marketplace. So it's buying and selling strategic resources, buying and selling luxury resources, stockpiles, mercenaries, and heroes. And one of your nation's effectively strengths is that you start with the marketplace available, which is a strength if you can play the dust game and have the dust to buy in and out of the marketplace. But there's also kind of weakness in that if you don't have the dust for whatever reason, the marketplace is not a particularly useful asset, and everyone eventually gets access to the marketplace usually. Although, again, you have sort of the sanctions ability to deny people access to the marketplace when you're playing as the Roving clans. Oh, we're getting a warning that we're a certain degree of progress along economic victory, which presumably would have meant it just gave out a warning to everyone else that we're so far along. So in a proper multiplayer game, everyone just got warned, hey, the Rover clans are getting close to winning. And there's our privateers being attacked. capital. What do I need for the Imperial? Okay, that's not too bad. Although that's probably competing with the Dust Revitalizer. Yeah, that's competing with the Dust Revitalizer. I think I want the Dust Revitalizer more right now. Yeah, we got a lot of money bouncing around. Ah, there's more palladium. Oh, we can see one of the AIs is actually selling the palladium to the market. Okay. And with that, I can give you the sword you need for your quest. And there we go. That's that quest dealt with. Got us exotic alloys, which is tier 3 glass, steel, and titanium weapons, and 120 influence. I probably was better off just having this guy sit in this city the entire time instead of waiting for that, but we did it. Been done. Finish up the Dust Revitalizer. And yeah, I think we'll grab some more mercenaries because I'm running out of things to spend my money on. That's all we can afford for the moment. On as administration, although we're going to be gatekeeped by shortage of resources for that as well. Okay, at that point, those privateers are basically been dealt with by the enemy. I forget what's left to pull back. Run away! Oh, that army might get jumped. That won't be good if that happens. You've reached level 10. Just get the percentile more dust in the city. Okay, and I think we're going to move on to getting more mercenaries. There are 8 available for recruit. Metrodon, where I want to recruit them. No, that's all I can afford for the moment. 6 more units. I need to potentially turn into privateers. Open wound. Some suspect a curse from an angry god of love, as those wounded in battle can no longer heal themselves. Okay. I'll just grab that in the capital. Capital's reasonably big. Refresh the gold and hypermill buff. You've gone to 14, so I'm going to grab the next borough there. Might as well just get it done immediately. You've leveled up. Oh yeah, let's go. 5% more. 5 more net dust from the city is not terrible. Especially when we come out of the other stuff. More palladium's on sale. We'll go ahead and pick up 6 of that. And the 1 animatine. And then we'll grab hot houses in the capital. Yeah, we'll grab that as well. Yeah, this 50% more science. We'll grab that. Complete that immediately. Are we better off? Yeah, I'm probably better off saving up the glass steel for the dust revitalizer. Oh, you can pick up a burrow. You can pick up a burrow. Even you can pick up a burrow. And then what's left we'll spend on recruiting mercenaries. And then, so it's not anywhere near an hour. We're halfway through the hour, but we're already up to 85% of economic victory. So, whereas everyone else is stalling out on their victory score, we're just rolling faster and faster. Modernized administration. Custom ministry, we'll probably just build in the capital. That's probably, actually, better place to build a custom ministry. This isn't one of them. Although you're going to want the Borough Street. We want to put the custom ministry somewhere. We've got these heroes. And the reason is because we've got the ability to trade with empires in Cold War and War. And that, when combined with 7 extra trade routes, is quite valuable. Because that means we get to trade with people we normally wouldn't be able to trade with, which for this city, because this one can trade with people, 7 more trade routes is quite valuable. Yeah, 10k for 7 more trade routes is fine. And then we spent that scope one on you, okay. You grew to 12, so that's in Borough Street, we queued that up, okay. Capital's still an empty queue. Other than this having city upkeep, there's no reason not to build this. Although, this isn't going to benefit us, let's put someone on food. Let's not bother with the Husbandry Center. Get back to training horse archers. And our glacially moving fleet has leveled up. Parlay. Turn when I'm willing to give them dust, sure. Bring 25 Hyperium. Well, I have it, so... Wrong one, never mind. Screwed it up. I didn't really want to give them the Hyperium anyway. They wanted me to bring it to a different one of the facilities. Different zone, which I wasn't going to do. Definitely not going to do that. We started the siege. So in 2 turns, if they don't try to relieve the siege, we can storm the city. Relatively minimal penalties. Ooh, someone's selling palladium to the market like there's no tomorrow. Train with food. Oh, I need glass steel for the buildings as well. Bit of a shame. Still, train with food is for the capital is pretty good. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Winter's 4 to 16 turns out. We're getting even closer to victory. We've got what is that? That's saying we're about 40,000 off. 45,000 off. Army hit. One of your armies suffered a retaliation damage of some retaliation at the start of the turn. Okay. Okay, lost the naval battle. That was kind of expected. They're attacking us there. So I'll resolve that. Do some damage. Not enough to make us break the siege. Oh, the Tavi AI is just exporting a whole bunch of stuff. Got 73, almost 74 dust off of them just in the trading fees alone. And then we're going to be the ones buying it all up, so that's nice. Okay. And let's cycle the turn. Obviously, these guys want to sail away, although they're probably pretty screwed at this point. The enemy pursues them. And we've researched, or no, someone, not us, or no, if I have. Apparently I traded for tech, that's what went on. One tech ahead of where I'm supposed to be. We've researched a new research era. Dust tier 3 equipment available for heroes and ground units. Newly trained units will now be elite, level 6, and cost more. We've reached the end of ages. They have completed Chapter 1 out of 5 of the Victory Quest. Okay. Arts Council research completed. Burrow Street down there. Oh, that's a fight, apparently. Okay. We get the Arts Council, we need it. We have a naval battle. That's probably just bad for us. It could have been worse. So, yeah, victory-wise, there's 63% on expansion, and then quest 17% for orange. On the other hand, we are up to 95%, so there's a decent chance we win in the next couple turns. And then we got into the last era in tech, 2 techs ahead of where I was planning to be. Well, that's fine. Well, if that's the case, I take those off. Big one here, 100% dust. It's an expensive tech. It's going to take 21 turns, but if we haven't won in 21 turns, we'd be happy to accept 100% more dust. Then we'll do that one for the season prediction. Dust food. We're still playing it by the time we get to the food. I suspect we won't be playing for much longer after that. Some drain horse archers there. You're going to 15. I need you to be 16 to do anything there. A bunch of our militia just leveled up. And we're now ready to take the city, well, burn the city down. Managed to get a garrison in the way in time. We don't win that fight. Okay. Okay, one of the things we're trying to buy out costs 30 glass steel, so I don't want to spend anything that costs glass steel. Plus this thing that costs 30. Aura of Empire. It's not you. So I think the capital for the moment is maxed out. Oh, unless I want to save up for the advanced extractor for the bonus on the luxury. I'll think do without that. A little bit more influence wouldn't be terrible. Let's do that one. Finish with the borough. Your empire. Oh, that's up there with the one we're thinking about, so let's do that. Yep, you can do another Borough Street. Improving those traders just sounds like a good plan. We got a decent amount of both those resources. You can put that in the queue. You can get in the Borough Street. Okay, that's for the moment. And the turn. The wine has run off. Okay, finally there's our ships there. Fair enough. You can get cold operator, although might not make it to the next winter before the game ends. Someone did some sabotage on some of our population. Oh dear. Hostile infiltration. Yeah, we're up to 98%. So I wouldn't be surprised if we win within a couple turns. So keep buying resources off the market if they're useful resources, like the glass steel is nice. I'm trying to resist the urge to smash the end turn button in case I need just that little bit more income to win. Okay, let's cycle the turn again. Another 18,000 for the treasury. And we've won. Okay. There we go, we're victorious. Take it to this score screen. So yeah, overall score, we weren't technically winning. Anyway, so we'll reload the autosave. There's probably an autosave from last turn. If it continue playing, but yeah. Overall score, we are in blue here, so we're coming up in second. You can see red is beating on everyone. If we weren't really getting the eco going, we probably would have lost to red basically conquering the world map. Military is off to run for them. And we really weren't trying to keep up. We were harassing them, but not really trying to fight them on even terms. Expansion. Apparently, I think this is well, this might actually be number of cities. It's either number of cities or number of tiles. Oh, I think this has to be number of tiles, yeah. Apparently I was keeping up with them in raw size of summative city. They have more cities, and I just have bigger cities. Population, again, they're taking off with their big number of cities, so the more cities you have, the more you can get growth out of those cities. Research. We weren't research focused, so the AI was running off ahead without us. With actually how many techs ahead they are, I would not be surprised if we were to see them picking victory techs up soon. Food, and you can kind of see all the winters here. So that's a winter, that's a winter, that's a winter, that's a winter, that's a winter. One thing you can see is that we're getting, as time goes on, more and more resistant to the winters. Because one of the hero abilities you can pick up at the top of the tree is winter immunity on your cities. Well, winter immunity on the hero for whatever the hero is doing. So if it's governor, it's the city. If it's an army, it's moving and fighting. So arguably, we'd pretty much, because we did immunity for one of the cities, and we're getting pretty resistant near the end of winter, and they were still struggling a bit with that. Industry. We weren't industry focusing. In fact, you can see one of our buildings that we picked up was plus 10 industry per river or lake tile. So after a certain point, and you can kind of see, you can't really see our dips during the winter, but you can see our jumps every winter where our industry jumped up. We weren't really industry focusing. You can definitely industry focus harder than I was doing. But that was because I was dust focusing. And yeah, if you look carefully, you can see the dip from like a winter there. We were doing a pretty good job of shielding our dust from the winter effects, but and we're just outgrowing it. Science, we're not that good at science. Although we were out sciencing people near the end, just because we'd needed things to spend dust on. So we were buying science so we could research more things to spend more dust on. Influence, same sort of thing. Weren't really ever trying to have a lot of influence, but near the end we were investing money into influence to do more things to improve the cities. Empire approval was all over the place, although near the end I think we were basically camped out the entire time. Although so was pretty much everyone else. Whereas a little bit noisier near the beginning. There's only a small bit in there where we're below 50% approval. It's hard to keep up the Draken in diplomacy, even though the Draken were going very warfare. Diplomacy is how many active treaties you have going with peoples. So the Draken from the very beginning know everyone, so they all have Cold War treaty with everyone. You have to know someone to have a treaty with them, and while almost every treaty is better than Cold War, the Draken start with Cold War with everyone. So, and I think the Draken can spend influence to force treaties on people. So the Draken are the most practicable to win a diplomacy victory with. And then quest. Whoever what orange was, I forgot who the orange was actually got far enough along in the quest that they were on the victory quest line. They'd done the first of the victory quest line. I'm gonna hit main menu here. Can I load the autosave? Oh, that has a nice game finished save here. Yeah, that's where we'll load. That way we can at least look around the map we can see. And when you're rich like us, you can pretty much get to ignore the dust upkeep. Everything costs dust, but apparently we make enough stuff that we don't care. Make enough dust, we don't care. very close to the supremacy victory. Okay, so that's not necessarily a good sign. We were also being told here at Victory, the Draken had taken Orange's capital over. So at this point, it's basically the Draken rule the world, and it's us, the trading empire, somehow like pulling the economic coup from behind the scenes. Oh, and they closed theirs. Yeah, it's because they're jealous. They're just jealous of our power. Yeah, 102% of victory. I think we went like 4% in a single turn. So we really got the economic engine running. And if we went 4% in a single turn, that's just telling you how much more money we're making than the oranges. We've made as much money as they made in 2 turns. Over 2 turns, we made as much money as they make in the entire game. Or 4 turns for Team Red here at the end of the game. So that's sort of the exponential way you win with Dust. You barely make any progress at the beginning, and then it goes faster and faster and faster. The good old line goes up. Although, on hard difficulty, you can see the AI does not play around. The AI is definitely going to go try to win the game. 69% of the way to expansion victory. So yeah, they were getting close. It wasn't going to be much longer. And from a supremacy victory standpoint, they were at the point where they're going to come for me. I'm the only capital left. So maintaining peace was going to be unsustainable. They were going to come for me if we hadn't won at that point. So yeah, this is maybe not what I'd consider an ideal start for the Roving clans. The Roving clans like Dust. So I was hoping for something more like a desert start. Instead, we got something more like a Wild Warcraft start with all the woods and grasslands. Wild Walkers really like their industry. We got an industry start with the Dust Civ. So we had a very industrially strong capital. We did have a river, so I was trying to do my best to take advantage of the river at the beginning. It's a way to see what the buildings I have built in here are. Yes. Although this is a tiny way to look at it. One of the early game sources of money you can get early on is the Dust Dredger, which is +2 on terrain with river during the summer. So we had a nice river going through our capital, so we got nice dust from that. That combos well with the Empirement, which is 15% more dust. Later on, we combo that with the Ice Works, and then obviously you get, it's not plow, Fish Farm. No, irrigation. +3 food on terrain with the river, so there's really good combos with river. So we took very good advantage of that with our first and second cities, where we had nice river networks to set up on. So we got some pretty decent cities that way. And I think that's why we were able to win. We didn't have access to those rivers. There wasn't really good dust in our starting cities, which means we kind of had to make it to the point industrially where sort of late enough into the game where I could start to stack the dust modifiers. So here in the capital, we got 6 dust per person from city improvements. We got 4 from the city hall. We got 3 from the Empire plan, which you got to refresh every 20 turns. Twitch chat's asking, wait, sorry I missed that. You won on the economic victory. Yes, we won on the economic victory. Which was pretty good timing, because one of the AI was getting to the point where they were running out of other people to murder. So we were probably next on the list. So if we hadn't won, we'd probably be sort of the receiving end of the boss battle here. But yeah, we did end up winning. And then we've got +4 from accessories. So one of the accessories you can get, the glass steel accessories gives you access to a tome. But depending on your tech of it, gives you 1, 2, or 4 dust per person. So I think the legendary, the one you got to find via quests, is the 4. So it's this is the 1. That's the 2. No, that's not the 2. That's the 2. And this is the quest rewarder when this gets you the +4. And Twitch chat saying, well, nice. Yes, it was quite nice. We were trying to slow the red team down by sending privateers into the territory to burn some of the territory down. When to be fair, we did burn a decent amount down. We burnt 1, 2, 3, 4 regions down. They started responding to our armies after the 4th one, which sort of stopped our expansion into their territory. And then, of course, to keep them from taking it back, I set up cities in those regions. And I think those cities eventually would have become quite profitable. Granted, we're making... People are profitable us at this point. We're rocking 4 from Dust Depository, 6 from the City Hall, or another 4 from the City Hall, and 3 from the Empire Class. We're getting 11 dust per person. And then that's before multipliers. We've got... it's not giving me what the multiplier breakdown is here, but... like, you can see. This is a city, 6-person size... 7-person size city? 6-person size city with a miner. And we're getting 877 dust out of it. Twitch is asking, thoughts on what will replace Endless Legends, or will you do another run? So I think tonight we're gonna go swap over to... I've installed a demo of a game. We're gonna go play a demo. And then I think in this time slot, 3 days from now, I might go over and do Humankind. So I'm not gonna start up Humankind tonight. Because I think that probably deserves getting a full 4 hours into it. But we'll do a demo here of a different game. I've got Generation Exile, the demo for it, installed, and we'll play sort of the first story mission on that, I think. And I think that'll take however long that takes, and then we'll swap over to Humankind 3 days from now. So if you're watching this on YouTube, there won't be another part up tomorrow, although there will be the demo. The demo of Generation XL will be up tomorrow. The day after tomorrow, you can expect there to be the first part of Humankind, a Humankind run-up. So, reminder for anyone that doesn't want to tune in to watch the demo, today we're playing Endless Legends, tomorrow we're going to be Shadow Empire. I suspect in Shadow Empire we're going to go ahead and finish up the Shadow Empire run tomorrow, because we've got about 5 victory points to go. Wednesday we're going to be back on Songs of Six, and then Thursday we're going to start up a game of Humankind. But yeah, I hope everyone has been enjoying. And with that, I'm going to wish everyone the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.